Okay. My name is Marielle. This is Erica. That's Marielle, and that's Leah. Today we'll be doing a debate on abortion. Well, me and Erica are for it. Marielle and Leah are against it. So why are you guys against abortion?
Because we don't want to kill someone.
Is it just the thought of killing somebody? Because abortion, because the baby isn't really alive. It's never been alive, like alive out there before the abortion starts.
But it's alive inside the body, and the body's on earth.
Yeah, but the thing is that if the child that was supposed to, if the mom was supposed to have the abortion but didn't, and didn't want the child, wouldn't you think that the child would feel unwanted and left out and unloved by her parents because their parents didn't want him anyway?
But at least they'll find a way to get over it, because it's not forever they'll be with the mother, and the mother will die sometime.
But the thing is that when they're growing up, how would they feel? Because at least if the mother had the abortion, then the human or the child wouldn't have to feel like that growing up, and it would cause them less pain and suffering.
But at least like the pain and suffering can somehow stop, and maybe the mother will love them, and then maybe. And then maybe. Wait.
Okay, so another feeling that I have, if the parents are struggling, like we're already struggling to find money, while the child was still unborn, wouldn't you think it would be easier for the parents to have an abortion so that they wouldn't have to worry about money while the child is growing up?
That's why they have the grandparents.
Yeah, but sometimes, most of the time, the reason why they have abortions is because they either don't want to have the child, or they can't have the child anyway, or because someone's gonna get mad, someone's gonna get blamed.
Well, it's their fault, because they wouldn't even have to be in the position of having an abortion if they didn't have sex.
About 1/3 of normal pregnancies terminate spontaneously before or shortly after the egg implants. So you guys are against abortion, but wouldn't you feel that it isn't your responsibility? Like, even though that they're the ones who got pregnant, wouldn't you think they would have the right to not have the baby in the first place, even if they did it?
Or it's their right to do whatever they want to their body.
They do have a right, but it's just unfair to the baby.
But it's not a baby yet. Yeah, it's a baby, but the baby doesn't really know anything at first, so it wouldn't really cause any harm to the baby. Although it might make I agree with you, because after the abortion, it might make the mother feel like empty inside, because the baby could have been something way more. So yeah. So
many Americans who pay taxes are opposed to abortion. Therefore, it's morally wrong to use tax dollars to fund abortion.
So you're saying that we pay taxes to the people who ever do the abortion, and you feel it's unfair?
What if you pay for your own?
I still think the government shouldn't really have sides on this, because it depends on the situation. Because if you had a child, if you were younger, or if your child had a baby and you really did not want the baby, you would want them to have the abortion, especially if you or your daughter would have wanted to take care of it.
But can't you just like let someone else adopt the child?
Well, that's true, but it depends how situation is sometimes.
But if the mother has an abortion, it can frequently cause intense psychological pain and stress.
Yeah, but so like I said before, if the child wasn't wanted in the first place, and they just let the kid live with, and say they have like no money for the kid, that's why they had to have the abortion but didn't. It would be harder for the family and for the child. And also, if the child feels unwanted and unloved, it might turn to illegal activities because they'll just go bad.
Not unless they put the child up for adoption.
Okay, if they do, well, they like scar the kid too because they want to find their real parents, but they don't want.
Well, it depends on the child's personality.
Sometimes, even though they could put the child up to abortion, but the problem is sometimes, to adoption. But sometimes, while the child is in the body, it can create a lot of stress and a lot of physical and mental illnesses that will affect the mother and the child.
But if the child knew about the abortion, they should be thankful that the mother got them to live.
But if that was me, I would rather have died rather than know that my parents like gave me up like that or didn't want me. Yeah, or didn't want me.
But not unless. Wait.
Oh, hold on. Sometimes the woman gets pregnant because she got raped. It creates stress on the mother knowing that she has a baby of somebody else's because of this crime someone has done to her. Yeah, someone committed to her. So then the mother would want to have the abortion because she would not want anything to do with the rapist or the
Related.
Yeah.
The rated voice.
That I understand.
Okay. So
No, wait. But the abortion punishes the unborn child. It punishes the unborn child who committed no crime. So you were saying how they got raped and how the mother wouldn't want the child because, yeah, but the unborn abortion punishes the unborn child who committed no crime.
yeah, but at least they wouldn't have to feel anything or suffer through anything while they're older because of his or her mother's past.
Yeah, because the child wouldn't have the mother and the father together.
Not unless they put the child up for adoption.
Yeah, but if they put him up for adoption and they grow up like in a bad adoption, if they get tortured there at the adoption, because not all adoption places are good, not all foster homes are good. It might be worse for the child. So yeah, I see that you guys would be against it because you are killing something more valuable than anything in the world, something no human can create, life. And that is a saying that I totally agree with, although some people might not agree with.
Well, again, if they didn't want to deal with abortion, they would have never had sex.
Yeah, but what if they got raped?
Well then, that's their fault for not being safe enough.
I guess. Right, so
I don't guess.
Although I strongly feel the only one big reason why I am for abortion is because I still feel like we can do whatever we want to our body, and since the baby hasn't been born yet, since it hasn't really felt anything or known of anything, I think it would have been better than to let the child live and suffer through its life, knowing that that the baby was supposed to die.
Well, if the baby wasn't like in the baby form yet, inside the mother's body, then I guess that would be okay. But if it's already
That's why there's a limit to where you can abort a baby. So like before it's big, it'll be released.
Okay. Alright, thank you for watching.
This is the end of our discussion.
Deuces. Hi, Miss Niss.